Park City and the entire Salt Lake area is a great place for the outdoors. It's also a great place for outdoor enthusiasts to make a living at doing what they're doing when they create companies that serve those outdoor enthusiasts. We're going to be talking in just a moment with a couple of folks who've done just that. Maybe not in Utah, but they have managed to meld their passion with their business. And that's all part of the Lectures in Entrepreneurship series being put on each and every Wednesday down at Westminster College. We'll give you a little bit more information on that in just a moment. But first, let's say hello to Nicole DeBoom from Skirt Sports and Justin Gold from Justin's Nut Butters. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Hi. Thanks, Ori.
Thanks for having us.
You are also from a outdoor enthusiast haven of Boulder, Colorado.
Yes.
But let's talk about sort of how you were able to meld your personal passions with a functioning and successful business.
Yep. Well, I'll start. My background was as a professional triathlete. So I would say, an extreme outdoor enthusiast. I did the Ironman events and all kinds of triathlons over the course of about 10 years. And towards the end of my racing career, actually I didn't know it was the end of my career at the time, I had an idea to do a very feminine, sexy, fun, beautiful line of women's fitness clothing. And I took that idea and I decided to center it around something that had never been done before. And that became the women's running skirt. So in 2005, I took that idea and I launched it to the general public. And it's 2010 and we're still here. So I'd like to say that people actually enjoyed the idea and we've grown the business.
And even more than just grown the business, you basically essentially created a retail category because while you were the first, suddenly you touched upon a nerve and a lot of folks have jumped into the fray, but you're still the market leader by a long shot.
You're right, and it was really interesting because when you come out with a new idea, you run the risk of other people copying you, and everybody said, well, how are you going to stay in business? Nike's just going to knock it off. And true, they did. I mean, every company now has a skirt for running, and I'm very proud of that fact. I'm also proud of the fact that we built a really strong brand through Skirt Sports, that women really understood, they felt an emotional connection to us, and therefore we're still in business, and like you said, we're leading the category.
And, but beyond that, you've now then started to go even more directly head-to-head with some of these other outdoor apparel companies. You've since moved way beyond just skirts.
Yes, we have. Well, I brought a few products today to just, kind of show off a little bit. This is an example of our best-selling style. It's called the Gym Girl, and it's a running skirt with the built-in shorties. You can see we popped this one pink on the underside, so you have a little bit of fun and flair. And what we do for women is we put great features where women want them. There's a pocket underneath. It fits an iPod, fits a phone. We've also got a little hole for your iPod cord to thread up and out so you're not lifting your skirt while you're running. And the shorties, and this is a really key thing, the shorties don't ride up and you no longer have thigh chafing. And that's a big issue for women and men. We do occasionally have men call us. We're not going to go there today. But
are they looking for the Kilt Sports version? Instead, you make this in a plaid, a nice tartan?
They might be, but we don't ask. We don't ask too many questions. But yes, you're right. We've gone very far beyond skirts. We offer running, cycling, and triathlon apparel across the board. We've got a range of fitness tops. This is called the Sweetest Ever Long Sleeve Tee. Really lightweight mesh fabric. See, you kind of want to put it on, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I know.
It's got stretch. It's got a fun pattern, flat lock seam. So again, no chafing, no rubbing.
You must be in the apparel business.
I've seen my way around a few things.
Well, and we even are getting into winter apparel. This is called the Ice Queen jacket. Full zip, reflective. You've got pockets on the outside, pockets on the inside, iPod port for your music. We've got long sleeves with the little thumb holes and the cozy cuffs. I mean, it's like features galore. And that's what we do for women, is we cover them up. This one even has the windproof paneling in the bust panel because that's where we get cold and that's what we want to protect.
That makes perfect sense to me. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about sort of how your business, have you been able to keep this branding and keep it growing. But first, let's talk with Justin over here. A little bit simpler product, shall we say? No iPod ports, no thumb holes, just good old-fashioned healthy food. Justin's Nut Butters.
It's fun to say when I get asked, what I do for a living. I like to say I make peanut butter, and it's very fun. So, kind of exactly what Skirt Sports is doing. We innovated a whole new category, and we started from scratch. And we're the first company to take peanut butter and almond butter and put it in a convenient pack for traveling, for a protein source. Instead of like a sugary gel, have a protein, which is kind of a rounded energy curve instead of a spike. And I got my start living in Boulder, aspiring to be, a good mountain biker and a great runner. I was just, frustrated that there wasn't any more options for vegetarians for peanut butter other than just smooth and crunchy. So I just started making my own and thought it'd be a really fun idea to put it in a squeeze pouch and to use it for high energy activities. And what it's done is it's actually given consumers the opportunity to try an almond butter or a chocolate hazelnut butter for less than $1 at the grocery food store, and then maybe go back and buy a jar, or to take it traveling, or for portion control. Because I know that when I open a jar of chocolate hazelnut butter, I'm going to eat the whole thing. So having a squeeze pouch, gives me the opportunity to just satiate my craving with just one pouch.
And let's talk about why you decided that you wanted to take it beyond just your own kitchen and say there was a business here. I mean, that's the whole idea of this Lectures in Entrepreneurship, right, is that, you said, okay, I can do more with this.
All right, it's fascinating. So, when I first started, I'm living in Boulder, Colorado. I'm waiting tables, working in restaurants, living with a bunch of roommates, and I don't know why, but I'm making peanut butter with a food processor. Peanut butter is really easy to make. You take peanuts, you put in the food processor, you press on, you're done. So I'm adding coconut and maple syrup and having a lot of fun, and I'd put it in my cupboard and write Justin's Do Not Eat, because my roommates kept stealing it. And so my roommates are stealing it. It gives me this idea that maybe other people want this. So then I start off at the farmer's market. I show a little bit of success there, start selling to local retailers. And then on a mountain bike ride, I had the idea of doing the squeeze pack, which gives me a clearly defined point of differentiation. And because of that, it's given me the opportunity to grow really fast, to innovate the whole category. And I now, too, have a lot of companies who are coming out with their own peanut butter squeeze packs. And because of brand loyalty and quality, we're the first to market, and we're thriving right now.
And but on the flip side, you guys both make it sound so easy. I had an idea, and I developed it, and now I'm in.
And there it is.
Making, selling millions of packs of peanut butter. But there have to be some challenges along the way that some roadblocks that I'm sure other folks would run into in a similar situation.
Well, who would like to start this?
You can go
I will let you start with.
So what's fascinating is I've been at this for 7 years, and I was working a full-time job, doing this on the side, and for me, a large part of why I live in Boulder, Colorado, is the lifestyle, and it's also the access to really smart people. And so I had the opportunity to get a bunch of mentors who are in the natural product industry. Boulder is the home of Celestial Seasonings, Silk, Soy Milk, White Wave, Izzy Soda, and even companies like Spider. And so it gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of really smart people who could teach me how to write a business plan, how to build a team around a product, and then how to raise money from investors. And then learning how to do all of that gave me the opportunity to bring this product to market, because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the capital to do it. And it's taken me 7 years to really figure it out. And then once you have the product to market, it's figuring out the messaging. What do you want to communicate to the consumer? Why do they need this product? How do they use it? Because you're inventing a whole category, there's a lot of information you need to put out to your consumers so they can understand what you're doing.
Nicole, similar from you, similar. Barriers to getting this started?
Some, yes, and more, and different, barriers. So when I started, I didn't write a business plan. I wrote ideas. I had this long concept sheet, and it was all about like making the world a better place, which I still hope I'm doing, and to some extent. But I just said, I have an idea. I want to see if people like it, and that was the first thing. And I guess you did that in your cupboard because your friends clearly liked it. You know, you're onto something. But for me, I think the hardest barriers have been financing the business. I didn't understand that side of the business, and I've had to learn a lot over the past 6 years. And then also the manufacturing side. For apparel, it's a beast, and I've had to learn a lot about the supply chain and make decisions on where we're manufacturing and the nuances of that. And in the end, I think no matter what the barrier, it's always come down to relationships. If you have strong relationships and there's trust between whoever you're working with, it can even be your customer. As long as they trust you, you might put out a skirt that has a hole in it, but they trust you that you're gonna take it back and return it. You know, then you're gonna be able to take a bad situation and turn it positive. So that's what I've really learned along the way, I think, is maintaining those awesome relationships.
All right. Well, people can hear a lot more about all the pluses and minuses of starting your own business later this evening down at the Vive Gore Auditorium down on the campus of Westminster College. You can get more information at westminstercollege.edu, and this is an ongoing series. This is number 3 of 8, so there's going to be a whole host of other topics on the world of the entrepreneur. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'd love to make one plug.
Yes.
My line of nut butters and peanut butter cups
Yes.
are available at Whole Foods and also Harmon's here locally.
Okay, and online at?
Online at www.justinsnutbutter.com.
Okay.
We just came out with a 100% organic, fair trade chocolate Reese's style peanut butter cup that just won Best in Show at a Natural Products Expo. And we cannot make them fast enough.
All right,
Yeah,
and Nicole,
I need one.
if people
Bring it on.
want
Thank you.
more on Skirt Sports, where do they go?
Oh, skirtsports.com actually is kind of the hub of everything Skirt Sports, and it will actually lead you to a retailer in your area that carries our product as well.
Fantastic. Guys,
Yeah.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kudos.
Cheers.
Yes.
What about me?
Sorry,
got a whole lot
you get to
more
watch
right
us.
after this.
Yeah. Awesome.